Hi guys, welcome back to another video. We are continuing our work on the ephemera folio that we are making from junk, from trash. The base, as you may remember, we made from an Amazon envelope, Amazon packaging. Then we have some junk mail envelopes here and there, and the main papers that we are using here are the gorgeous wildflower kit from My Pot Prints, and it will be linked below for you. We also have some beautiful tailor-made journals papers. So today I thought we would start making ephemera, and I'm very excited. But before that, I just want to show you guys that I did two things off camera. I made these strings with beads and charm, slightly shorter. I don't know, I didn't like them as long as I made them in the first place. So I used the same exact beads and the charm, but I just made them shorter. And I also completely forgot yesterday that I meant to add the tabs. So I've added page tabs to each page. We have 4 pages. The kit from My Pot Prints, it comes with 4 tabs. So I've attached them to each page. And then, of course, these pages are the pockets. So it kind of makes my pocket smaller. I could, of course, have added my tabs just to one side of it, but I still think there's so much space here that I'm not too worried about that. So we still have our pockets. We have so many pockets to fill with ephemera, and for today I prepared I took some random random junk from my junk box that I've showed you in the first part of this mini series. So we have some scraps of envelopes that we used yesterday for making the flaps and the pockets. And I also have some of these cards which I don't need them. This is like a school calendar, then this is like a schedule for school, and this is well, I hope you can see what this is because I have no idea how to call it in English, but this yes, I got them. They are on cardstock, and I got them with my glue. So these come with the magic glue that I've ordered, and I want to make them into ephemera pieces, journaling cards, tags, something like that, because I have no need for them. I also have this box of chocolates that my lovely friend Sandy sent me. Thank you so much, Sandy. I love these chocolates. I shared them with my boyfriend and we loved them. So I kept the box, and I was thinking of making something with it. And I also have this. This was with the chocolates too. This is like the squishy thing that comes on your chocolates but under the lid, sort of. And I was thinking, well, it's so nice and squishy and it gives this nice sound. I was thinking, how about I kind of use it to make some ephemera, and then it may be, I don't know if it will work, I haven't tried that, but maybe it will have this nice quality, like squishiness. So we will see what we can do. So maybe I will actually start with that. So what I was thinking was I would take this card, I will glue it here. Let me just do it. I'll take my wet glue. So I will glue it here, and then I will collage over it. I will collage on the back and then stitch all those layers together so that it kind of gives me like one card, one journaling card. I hope this will stick because this is a strange material, I don't know, plasticky thing. Okay, let me cut around it. And here I will probably just add some tea stained paper on the other side, something like that. But first we can focus on collaging the front. And of course you can collage first and then glue it down, but I kind of wanted to see how this would look. This is sweet. I'm actually thinking, let me take a piece and can I like disintegrate this and make it thinner? Yes, I could, and this still would give me this nice squishiness. So you know what, guys, because this is so thick and we don't want to add unnecessary bulk, so I'm just going to take off those layers and I'm going to leave just the two, and then this we can also use for something, or we can make another card from it. So I'm just going to remove this, and it doesn't have to be perfect because we are still going to be covering it up, and I believe every imperfection in the texture here will just add interest. Okay, nice. Oh, this is so cute. I love it. This is really nice. Okay, and then we have this. So I'm actually thinking I might go ahead and glue the other one and we can collage both of them. Oops, at the same time. And for collaging, I think for these at least we are going to be using some of the same papers that we've used for collaging the cover, just to keep things consistent. These are not the only papers that I want to use for making ephemera for this folio. I want to make it interesting as well, so we will be using some other papers most probably, but for those two cards at first I really like it. I just want us to, such a nice texture. I just want us to use what we have left from the first part, you know, of this project. So this is handmade paper, digital. Handmade paper from Digital Curio, and I think I can use it here. And this time I of course don't want any of the background peeking through because it's not a nice color. It's not going to match anything that we make here. So I'm just taking, you know, some of the scraps that I had left from when we were making our cover, or I could maybe use this one like this. Then I have a little bit of the book page, the old French book page, so it could go here maybe. And a piece of it would go here as well. And I don't know yet if I want these cards to be kind of horizontal or more vertical. I am just adding these pieces quite randomly. Now I have a little bit of the ledger, so I'm going to take a thin strip and add it here somewhere, maybe like that, and also a piece of it. This might be too narrow, or maybe not. A piece of it here. I think I like it. And we also have a tiny piece of this ledger left, so why don't we use it? The ledger and the beautiful writing, they are from maybe like that, something like this. They are from Lorna Tailor-Made Journals. So let me try a glue stick. I'll try to glue them with glue stick. I hope they will hold. They will, you know, that it will keep them in place. Here's my glue book. Because again, this material it's not like regular paper. It's coated with something. So we will see. But then this glue is quite good, quite strong, especially for a glue stick. So I believe it will hold just fine. And then I will most probably stitch around it, like I said. This one. So how are you guys today? I hope you had a nice weekend. Today in Poland we are going into back into a very strict lockdown. And it's going to last until, so it starts 28th of December and it's going to last until, at least of course, until 17th of January. And it covers, of course, the New Year's Eve, the New Year, and also the winter holidays for kids in Poland. So usually when it comes to winter holidays, each voivodeship, which is like, you know, like a region of Poland, so each one has each one has their winter holidays. The schools have their winter holidays in slightly different time between January and February. So for example, mine could be in where I am could be like the first 2 weeks of January, and then our neighbors would have like the 2nd and the 3rd week of January, something like that. But this year, due to the pandemic, we have like condensed winter holidays. So it's the first 2 weeks of January for everyone in Poland. And that's the reason of the lockdown, because they want to make sure that no one goes anywhere during the winter holidays, that we don't go like skiing or traveling or anything like that. So basically they are closing everything again, apart from grocery shops and drugstores and some, you know, like some most needed places. But anything like big shopping centers, like clothes stores, stuff like that, is going to be closed. And also what is kind of surprising and strange is that they are introducing a curfew on the Christmas Eve. So we won't be able to leave our homes from 7 p.m. on the Christmas Eve, from 7 p.m. to I think 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. the next morning. And if you do, then you can be stopped by the police. Which honestly, guys, I talked to my boyfriend about this, and we believe that it's not really lawful, you know, that according to constitution, the government should not be able to introduce a curfew, but they did, and I mean, who's going to stop them, right? So yes, we can't leave our homes from 7 p.m. on on New Year's Eve. Did I say Christmas Eve? I meant New Year's Eve. And I'm just wondering, as someone who has a dog and who would like to walk her, how it's going to be. Maybe, I don't know, you can walk around your home, around the place where you live. Okay, I like these two. I think I'm going to ink them around. And I will glue something on the back and then stitch them, and we will do some more decoration on the front of those. So the next, what is it, 2 or 3 weeks? 3 weeks, I think. Over 2 weeks, definitely. They are going to be difficult because, I mean, I honestly thought we were over it. We were over such a strict lockdown. The situation isn't getting that much worse. It's not like we've had any spikes in the past week or 2 or something like that. It's not good, of course, but it's not. It used to be worse. Let me just take a piece of coffee paper so that we can attach it on the back. Okay, I have this one. It's nicely stained. So I think I'm just going to glue them straight. Which side of this I prefer? I think I prefer this one to show, so I'm going to glue them to this side. Yes, so the situation isn't getting that much worse. It's of course not good, but we started the vaccinations, and it's been maybe even slightly better in the past weeks. But still, I think but by they I mean the government, they are afraid that if we were allowed to, you know, allowed to go anywhere during winter holidays, then many people would just go skiing, or you know, like, especially in my region here, we live quite close to the mountains, so it's very usual, it's very normal for us here to do winter sports during the winter holidays time. And my boyfriend is actually snowboarding, so unfortunately, at least until 17th of January, he won't be able to go, which is a bummer, because before there was no snow, and now that it's actually snowing, and he would be able to go and have fun, he's not allowed to. I guess maybe that's okay, because if they condense the winter holidays, then more people than usual would go to those same places. But still, we've been in lockdown. I mean, I'm sure many of you feel the same, but we've all been in lockdown for such a long time, almost a year now, and I don't know, it doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon. So I'm just going to ink the outside here, and I'm going to stitch around. This is nice. I'm going to stitch around my cards, but maybe I will actually do it like last. So first maybe I want to add something to those cards. So let me check. Do I have any papers from the collection left? I'm just wondering if I can maybe fussy cut any of those plants and flowers, or would I rather use my my fussy cut flowers that, you know, that I already have. These are not super easy to fussy cut, they are kind of mingled. And these are too large. Could use some of the ephemera pieces. No. Ooh, or maybe I would take this plant and then one of these. Maybe this one. Okay guys, I'm going to try to fussy cut those, but I honestly don't know if, like, I don't even really see where I want to cut, so I'm not going to be super precise about cutting them. I want just the general shape, and that will be okay. So I'm using my mini Tim Holtz scissors. I don't always use them for fussy cutting, you know. I sometimes, for some reason, it's easier for me to fussy cut with my big scissors. I don't know why, but here we just have so many small elements that I want to cut around that I figure still it's going to be easier to do it with smaller scissors. And if this image that I'm cutting here is too big, then I am going to just trim it a little bit. So do you guys do any winter sports? Do you live maybe near area where it's possible to do some winter sports? I'm very curious. Do I want this? Let's go with this as well. I used to ski when I was a child. My mom really wanted me to ski, which you know, I've never really liked it too much. I was always a bit afraid of the speed, and I was also a bit ashamed of that, so I couldn't tell anyone because the trainer was quite strict, but I was also, and most of all, never fond of being cold, and I get cold so easily. I mean, I was sometimes during those winters I was so cold that my hair would freeze, you know. My hair would freeze, my face, any kind of droplets on my face, on my cheeks, etc. They would just freeze, and I was so cold that it hurt, you know. That was awful. So now that I am an adult and I can choose whether I want to ski or not, I'm afraid I am just too, like, there's too much bad memories concerning the cold and the fear for me to actually go and give it another shot. I don't know, just don't want to. My boyfriend would love it because he does winter sports. Okay, we have this one and I love it. Wow. And I think I'm going to cut this corner as well. So yeah, so he would love us to go together, but I'm just not sure because I really don't feel like it. Although maybe if I give it another shot, and maybe not skiing but snowboarding, maybe that would change my mind and change the memories, you know, that I have. Maybe something like this on this card, or on this. Well, we can decide later. And then one more, and I was thinking which one. I was thinking this yellow, so where do I want to cut it? Here, I think I want to start. So I'm going to, sorry dear flowers, I'm going to cut through you and cut the rough shape of what I want to fussy cut with my big scissors. And then I'm going to go with my small ones and kind of add more shape to it. So yes, so we here in Krakow, we are quite close to the mountains, but in the city, you know, when I was raised and born, we were even closer. So it was very popular that everyone was skiing or doing some kind of winter sports. And I mean, that's very good. But if you're a person who just gets so cold, then it's just so difficult, because I mean, how do you fight the cold if you have like a few layers of clothing on and you're still so cold? And then there is not a lot of pleasure in doing those winter sports. So I'm kind of improvising here, guys, because I really don't know. I'm really kind of creating, I think, the outline of the plant that I want to have, because there are a few plants layered onto each other, and I love it. This design is stunning, but it's not making it easier to fussy cut, so I'm just kind of choosing which plants or which parts of these plants I want to keep and which ones I want to cut off. Okay. This is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. And let me see, maybe I prefer this. I think I prefer this one here because the purple matches with what we have here. And just let me check if I have anything maybe that could go, so like here or here. Maybe this one. Maybe I will just take one little plant and kind of try to cut around it as best as I can to add to the corner there. And we could have it here, something like that, or here. No, not really, I think. Or here maybe. I think I like this. Okay, so what else? Let me check if I have any die cuts ready. I used to cut my, I haven't done it in a while, but I used to cut my scraps of paper into those little dies. These are from Tim Holtz. I think they are his wildflowers. And I also had these like a texture, something like this, but maybe I've already used all of them. I have this one too. I think I've probably already used all of them. I would have to make some more. Okay, so maybe we can use some of this to just add something to those, maybe like this. And then I have this is quite, I prefer this side, so maybe I will use this side here, and then this small guy somewhere here, maybe like this. They don't add much, you know, but they do add the texture, so I really like them. Okay, and do I want anything else? I'm just thinking, I'm very tempted to add some Tracy labels. So let me see, I've lately printed and cut a lot of her small labels from various different kits. I have some from her specimen kits, from her label kits. So really a lot of different labels here. Maybe like this, and then this is so cute. These are from, I think from, oh, what is the kit called? Maybe a botanist notebook or Petite Fleur, one of those. But if you just go, you know, to her shop and look for labels, you're sure to find so many of them. And these are not, they do not come, yes, into the small size. Actually, they are bigger. I just printed 2 pages per page, and this way I get those really tiny labels. And I love them because they work so well with little ephemera pieces, you know. Maybe like this. Yeah, I like it. Okay. I'm thinking that I can start gluing things. So where's my glue? It's here. And when I'm done, I will stitch around them. So I will stitch all of the layers that we made with the squishy backing together, and we will see what we end up with. If anything, you know, I'm still not sure if this is going to work, but even if it's not, then we are still going to have nice journaling cards, so that's all good. It's all good. So I'm gluing the labels first because they kind of come as part of the background. Then this guy, and I will have to see where to place it. So just dots, you know, or just tiny bits of glue on those thin leaves and flowers. Somewhere here, I'm thinking. So just next to this label, kind of overlapping the piece in the corner here. And now the big flower beautiful flower from my Porch Prints kit. The kit is called Among Wildflowers, and I am linking it in the description box under the video. So I'm so happy you guys are enjoying this series, because I am too, and I still have a lot of junk, so even when we are finished with this project, with this ephemera holder, we can still continue with the series. We can still make some fun things together. And also, thank you so much for all the comments and likes. It really helps me out, you know. It really does, because when you guys are commenting or liking my video, it creates this engagement with my video, and YouTube likes engagement. So when YouTube sees that people are watching, commenting, and liking the video, or even disliking, you know, thumbs down works too. So that people are engaging with the video, YouTube is convinced that this is good content, and that therefore it should be recommended to other people, so that more people can find me, and more people can join our wonderful community. So it really helps me out, guys, because it helps me making my dream of going full-time with my creativity, with my creative business. It's taking me closer, is what I'm trying to say. Every like, every comment, every like and every comment just brings me closer to my dream. So thank you for that. It truly does mean a lot, guys. Okay, here we have this, and this guy, I think I want it here. And now the last piece, the focal point. And we will see how it's looking. Somewhere here, I'm thinking. Yep, I like it. It's kind of overlapping this, but I don't mind it at all. Now I want to put this away and take this and just cut the excess here and there. Here and there. A bit here as well, and here. I'm going to ink those parts that I cut off. Okay, guys, so we have 2 journaling cards basically done. Let me show you how they look up close. And I really love them. They're so cute, and I'm going to stitch them to this backing that we have. They are quite squishy in my hand, so it's nice. And yeah, we will see how they look. I love those cards. I really believe that stitching just adds this final touch that was needed. And so this is what it looks on the other side, just tea stained paper, and it's still a little bit wet, still there is some glue seeping through, but it will dry. It basically dried almost all on this card, and we lost the sound, you know, the sound that this squishy thing made, but we still have such a nice texture. I really like just touching these cards. So I was thinking just one thing that maybe I want to add to those would be some ribbon, some fabric, some trim, something like that. So I'm going to punch 2 holes in the corners and add a couple of eyelets here. And I think this time I'm going to go with just regular eyelets because these cards are already a bit busy, and I wouldn't like to add the busyness by adding my big flowery eyelets that I tend to use. But these will work just fine. Yep. And let me see what we could add. I have my box of ribbons and trims here, and I would like something kind of delicate. How about this gold ribbon of mine that I love using? I have also this yellow organza. I have the sari silk, but this, I don't know, this might be... Oh my goodness, I dropped everything. Let me pick it up, guys. So sorry for this. I have too much going on my desk. Always, not just today. Okay, what else? Do I have anything pink maybe? I have this pink, this pink, but it's definitely too much, too bright, too vibrant. This one, not really. I think I'm going to end up with the gold. I'm just kind of checking if I have anything else, but I don't think so. So let me take the gold. Excuse me. Let me take the gold ribbon. And I'm just going to use it to make little bows maybe, or something like that on those tags. To just, you know, add a little bit of shine. What is my project without a touch of gold, right? Okay. And just a little bow. And I don't need these so long, so I'm just going to trim them. And it turned out, side, okay, actually, it's so sweet. Okay, and this one we can do sideways. So I am going to have my first knot on the side rather than on top. So here on the side, not on the top. And then my bow. How cute is that? Just a little bit of additional texture, interest, and shine, of course. So cute. So cute. Okay. And one last thing, guys, now that I'm thinking about it, why don't I add a little bit of my gold mist? So let me shake it really well. And I'm just going to add some splatters. Some splatters. This is a gold mist spray from 13 Arts. And I love using it for splatters. And of course, while I am using it, I get splatters on my desk everywhere. It would be wise to have something under my cards, but that's okay. I can just clean it off with my paper towel. So let me put this aside. Okay, and I think we are done with the first couple of ephemera pieces for our ephemera folio, and I love them. So guys, the second idea that I had was I was thinking what I can do with this, and of course with the square piece here I could cut it up, make journaling cards from it, sure, but I also have these flaps, and what I was thinking was I would cut them off and we could make cute belly bands with those. And the person who receives it, I'm going to make them more even. It's not very comfortable to cut them on this angle. She could glue them in her journal. She could use them maybe as little bookmarks. Something like this. So let's put this aside. And I'm going to trim these little pieces off, although I guess you could leave them on, and kind of clean the edge here, although we are going to cover it. Now we have this one. Or if not belly bands, they could also be long journaling tags. Maybe we can make them so that they can be both, you know? And I will show you what I mean. Okay, so what I did off camera, I just fussy cut some more of these little flowers from the scraps of papers that I had left. And I think we can just go ahead and collage over these. And I think I'm going to collage on this side because it's textured and it's uneven. And then the other side I'm going to cover maybe with some tea stain paper again, so they actually will be or you actually will be able to use them as journaling tags. Okay, so where are my scraps, or do I have any more? I have some ledger. What else? I have a little bit of this paper. It's from my Porch Prints as well, but I printed it on copy paper, so it's not as vibrant as my previous as the main kit pages. So it's perfect for collaging. And here I just have some book pages, just some scraps. I think I have some Tim Holtz, a little bit of embossed paper that we used for our gift tags in a recent video, a scrap of this ledger paper, a scrap of my favorite French book. Anything else in here that I could use? Maybe that will be okay. So I'm going to just take a sip of water. And yeah, and we can start start collaging here. So how am I going to do? Let me think for a second. Do I want my pieces to be exactly aligned, or do I want them to stick out? And I'm thinking I want them to stick out. Okay, so which glue? Maybe the glue stick this time. Let's just start gluing things down, and we will see what we end up with. Just random pieces, you know, here and there. Okay. And then at the end we are going to be adding our flowers, and I think I want some more of these papers as well. And these are the My Porch Prints collage pages, again printed on regular copy paper. Perfect for making collaged backgrounds because these papers are quite busy, but because they are also muted when I print them on copy paper, they are perfect for collages, for backgrounds. They do not take over, you know, and you can still add your focal point sort of on them. And so I'm just making a kind of a random collage of pieces covering all the white space. And something here, maybe the same piece, or this one maybe. Yeah. Okay, so this one would be done, and it's scrappy. I like it. If you don't like those bits kind of coming like overhanging, then definitely cut them off, trim them off. It's all good however you like it. I'm going to leave them, because if you use these bookmarks that we are making as belly bands, then these hanging pieces, they just really look so interesting. This one here, maybe a little bit of this. And this time I'm just tearing, you know, with my hands, not using my tearing ruler. A big piece like this, yeah, why not? Why not? We can have some bigger pieces, we can have some smaller pieces. I like it. And of course, these are gluey for now, these parts. But the glue is going to dry, and it's not going to be a problem. Maybe a piece of the embossed paper. Yes, and just a piece of Tim Holtz maybe. For the top there. Oops, I'm going to tear this edge as well, so we don't have any straight edges. This embossed paper. This is just regular paper. I think it was 100 GSM, something like that, and I put it through my embossing machine and just inked it up then with Tim Holtz. Okay, so for now we are only adding paper, but I'm thinking that to make those belly bands or bookmarks or whatever these pieces are going to be used for, to make them more interesting, we could actually add some textiles, you know, some fabric to them as well. So let's first add our papers, and then we will see. So we have the second scrappy belly band, and I love them. The third one. Like this, and maybe some of the ledger. And I like those irregular scraps, those irregular shapes too. Okay, some of this possibly. And then here, to cover this up, maybe I will actually use the embossed paper. Scribble this here. Yeah, why not? To cover the white space. And on top we could have our French book, because it's a lovely, lovely, lovely color. Oops. It's very delicate as well. So, but I was actually thinking that I would want maybe to add a piece down there, because, or maybe here, because it's so pretty, and it adds some additional color. Okay, and to cover the tiniest piece, or yes, of white here, maybe this. Okay, this is cute. And the last one, let me see, where are my scraps? I'm looking for not this and not this, but yeah, this could work. So I want a piece of this flower. Now, maybe this. Like that. Some book page. This could be nice. This is from a reproduction of a Victorian garden catalogue that I have. I love this book. So many beautiful pages and beautiful illustrations of garden and garden furniture. This here, and maybe a little more of this paper. Up there. covering the top. And a small piece, maybe from this book page, just a small one to cover the white space that we have left here. Okay, so let me just clean it quickly. Now, before we add our focal points or some other decoration to those, I've pulled out some scraps of fabrics and laces, some cheesecloth, some of these. We have a piece of this ribbon, and I thought we could add them maybe, you know, a bit randomly here and there to just kind of add additional texture, additional interest, maybe just small pieces. So I have some of this gorgeous trim. This is the last one, the last piece I have, but I've already ordered and got a new one, so I'm just going to use this up. I have a piece of this, maybe it would work somewhere as well. Some of this lace and some cheesecloth, and I also have this piece of, this is either sari silk, it's not sari silk, it's chiffon, I think. It's a chiffon ribbon, beautiful color. Okay, so let me just start adding things. So I'm going to use my wet glue, add a little bit of it to my page, smoosh it with my finger, and then glue the piece that I've chosen down to it. And I'm smooshing it, making it thinner so that the glue does not sip through the fabric too much. It's okay if it sips, you know, a little bit, but I don't want it to sip too much. How about this one here? A piece of lace somewhere here. So again, I'm very random. Now my fingers are more sticky than my pages. Let me grab a wet tissue so I can clean my fingers in between here. Okay, now I would love this piece. I'm considering stitching through those as well, but I'm wondering, should I stitch through like one line through the middle, or maybe like around the border that we are going to have on this other side. We will see. Or maybe just in places. That could be a good way too. Okay, then I also have a piece of this. This is a gorgeous gold fabric, so I could add some of this here. Very shimmery and very pretty. From a pack of vintage sari fabrics that I got from Etsy a long time ago, really, and I still haven't used them all. So sari silk here and there. So let me add some. I want some glue here and maybe here as well to add pieces of sari, not sari, sorry, it's cheesecloth. And it's cheesecloth or just gauze that I've tea stained. And it's not a really like clear tea staining color, because this is the piece, if you remember my mixed media tags video, where I spilled my dark blue or like navy blue even mist over my desk, and a piece of cheesecloth took the kind of the worst, the most of it. So then I tried to cut off the parts that were dark blue and tea stained the rest, but it still kind of stayed and contaminated my color. Okay, yeah, I think that's nice. They are so sweet. They are so sweet. So now we can see about those flowers, if we can add them somewhere here as well, just as a another point of interest, you know, another pop of color, because they are more bright than the background pages. These were printed on matte photo paper, that's why they are brighter, more vibrant and more visible. Maybe like this. What do you think, guys? I think they are awfully cute. I don't know if you can say that, but they are so cute. So cute. It's too much glue on this one. So I'm still adjusting to this new sort of packaging that my magic glue comes in. They changed it, and although the bottle part is better because it's not going to break because of the material, they changed the material. Unfortunately, they also changed the nozzle, and it's not as precise as it used to be. I'm considering getting myself some glue bottles. There are some of those on Amazon, and I've seen some people using them. So they are those transparent bottles with thin nozzles that you can use, that you can put your glue, whatever glue you are using, into it, whatever liquid glue, of course, and yeah, and that becomes your glue bottle. And I was thinking of actually trying one with my magic glue to see if it's like enough, thin enough for me, because I like my glue nozzles to be thin, because I glue a lot of those tiny pieces. I'm gluing a lot of. Okay, they are so pretty. I love them. They are so scrappy and so just random, I guess. They are so sweet. Okay, so one last thing, I'm going to just see if maybe I could add some labels here, you know, to just add even more interesting layers. So there are definitely a lot of layers on these little belly bands, and it's a good thing I have them so tiny. So I would certainly recommend printing Tracy labels, first regular size, and then changing the size and printing them on like 50%, or maybe you know, 2 per page. Okay, I like it because they are also very vibrant and they are darker than our background, so they stand out nicely. So maybe I could have one here. This one says field notes. And one up there, or down, maybe down here. something like that. And this one here. Something tiny. This one could go here, or maybe I want a different shape actually. Yeah, I have the like the ellipses or the oval. For this corner, and maybe just one more. The circle, yeah, why not? And I'm thinking something for the, yes, something for the middle here. Okay, and I think when we are done with those, we're going to finish. This is so sweet and tiny. We're going to finish for today, so we would have made 4 belly bands slash what are these? Bookmarks. And also 2 gorgeous journaling cards. So I'm really happy, and we will definitely continue tomorrow with making even more ephemera from our junk. How about this? I have this thing. No, it's adding a different color, so maybe not necessarily. This one could work. Oops. Yes, my fingers again. More sticky than my paper. Love it. This one needs a little bit more glue here. And let's see. Let's look at them. Wow, they're so cute. So, just a couple more things. I actually think, do I want to bag them? Maybe not, you know, or, well, I'm gifting them, or not gifting, they are part of a custom order, so I am going to bag them. Where's my tea stained paper? Where is my tea stained paper? Now I'm up to the point where I can't find anything. Okay, so let me just measure how wide they need to be. So 2 and 4 millimeters. Are they all similar? Yep. And yes, so I'm going to have 2 and 4 millimeters and about 18 centimeters. Yes, maybe even a little bit more than that. So this is how I am going to cut my paper here. Okay, so first 18 centimeters tall, and let's just make it a little longer, a little more, and then 2 centimeters and 4 millimeters. Maybe it's going to be easier on this side. 1, 2, 2, 3, and 4. going to use my glue stick for this because I don't want my wet glue to seep through my paper again. And for this I'm going to actually use a page from my glue book to glue them like that. And I think I am going to add some stitching as well as some splatters, some gold splatters. Why not? This is so cute. I really love how they turned out. These scrappy belly bands I first saw, I think, maybe in 2019 on Rachel's channel, Roxy Creations, when she was doing her 100-day project. And I think she made some of those with some, for the base she used some long scraps of paper, which was awesome. I'm actually considering doing the 100-day project this year here on YouTube with you all. So actually, guys, do you have any ideas for a I have some. I do have some ideas for a project, for my 100-day project, but maybe you have some ideas as well. So tell me, if I was to make 100 videos every day, which is quite an accomplishment. I always admire Rachel so much for making them, but I want to try it. So what would you like to see? What would you like to see? What challenge would you like to see here on my channel? I have some ideas of mine, but I would love to know what you would like to see. Okay, guys, so let me add some random stitching, some splashes, and I would say we are done. Okay, let's sum up. Let's see what we've done today. Thank you so much for crafting with me, and tomorrow we are going to continue with making more ephemera to fill our ephemera holder. So we have the couple of journaling cards that we've made. They are backed with tea stained paper, and then our cute belly bands or bookmarks, and they are also backed so they can be used as like those tall journaling spots, or just glued to your page and used as actual belly bands. So I think they turned out so pretty. Not sure if you can see, but I did add some gold splatters. Maybe on this one it's more visible. So yeah, thank you so much for spending your time with me, guys, and I will see you shortly. I will see you tomorrow, and we will craft some more. Bye!